And now let's find mountain pose. Okay, so wherever you're standing, just come into, oh yeah, that's good. All right, so we're going to start with the feet nice and grounded and getting energy up through the legs, hips over ankles, shoulders over hips, everything nice and lined up. Ears over shoulders, and we're in mountain pose. If you're just joining us, welcome. And just start to tap in. Notice your breath just moving, nice and easy, smoothing out. So when we're upright like this, it gives us a good opportunity to just sense the breath through the whole body. Notice how your body expands as you inhale and softens as you exhale, which doesn't mean collapse, right? Soften. Okay, let's add some arms to this. So take your arms out and then bring your hands to your heart with your palms facing outward. So the palms are facing outward. Inhale. Now as you exhale, draw your arms long ahead. Inhale, clasp your hands behind you. If that's not compatible with how your shoulders feel right now, just put your hands on your hips. And then roll your shoulder blades toward each other as you shine your heart up and gaze up without throwing the head back. And now we're going to just ever so softly, with the knees and hips bent, start to come into a little forward fold here. Stop wherever you like and lift your hands off your spine. And then release the hands and float up. Arms up, inhale, arms down, exhale. Okay, we'll do that again. Arms up, shoulder height, bring the hands, palms face out to the heart. Inhale, exhale the arms forward. Inhale the arms back. Clasp, if you're clasping, make sure that you change your fingers by one so you're not in the same position you were in the first time. And then inhale, and ever so mindfully come into your forward fold, deciding where that should be. And if the arms should lift, release and float the arms out and up. Palms out, exhale, the arms down. Inhale up, hands to the heart. Exhale, extend. Inhale, clasp. Take a moment to notice which way you clasp if you're clasping. Inhale up. Exhale, come into your fold. Decide what the arms are doing. Release the hands and float out and up. Bring your hands down by your side. All right, so just moving through that, helping to loosen up the spine. Okay, and now we're going to actually go into our cat, cow, and other spinal movement series. So take your feet wider than hip width distance and let the knees and hips just move a little more. Okay, and we'll continue with long arms out. Inhale, exhale, fingertips touch as you come into cat. And open the arms as you come into cow. And just go forward and back, letting the knees and hips move naturally. Yes. Inhale and exhale. Yeah. All right, and the next time those arms are forward, touch your palms and bring your hands to your heart. Okay? So we're going to inhale, draw the fingertips up through center and take the arms out to the side. Okay? We're going to be tilting from here. So let's take the legs wider than hip width distance. The feet are facing forward. Okay, the arms are out at shoulder height. If this starts to bother you, you can always bring your hands to your shoulders or to your hips. Inhale, and with long arms, we're going to tilt, just like an airplane, to the left. Arm reaches up and come up, and with long arms, tilt to the right and up. So as we tilt to the left, we start to stretch that right side and up. And as we tilt right, here comes the left side. And up, adding on here. We're tilting to the left. Now take your right arm by your ear. Did you feel the stretch happening in your right as you did that? Now come on up and tilt to the right. And notice what happens as you move your arm in line with your ear. And then come up. We're going to do that again. Take it back to the left. And arm by the ear. Come up. Take it back to the right. And then bring the arm. So we set our position first and then bring the arm by the ear. So we can notice that journey. And one more time, here we go to the left. Arm by the ear now, and then float the left arm up. Just notice how that changed anything, if in fact it did, and come on up. Arms out, we tilt to the right. Arm by the ear, left arm, float the right arm up. Bring it up, and shake it out, release. All right, so go ahead and walk your legs out. It seems like a good time to move into a little softer movement for our twist. So we'll take the legs back wider than hip width distance here. This time we're just going to let the knees and hips be soft as we gently reach right, reach left. Even let your heels come up. So just a nice little release into our twist here. All right, so we reached right, reached left, and so the next time you reach left, you'll be even. Now we're going to add on a little bit, okay? So take your left hand, reach to the right, let your left heel come up, and then bend the knees. Come back up, right hand moves across to the left, knees bend, and go left and right. Is this making sense? Just start to move into it. You reach, both knees bend, and come up. So we're getting a little, it's a balance, right? It throws you off balance, but we're also getting a nice stretch for the hip flexor. Okay, I think we started by reaching right, so the next time we reach left, we'll be even and then come back to center. Let's find mountain pose now and just pay attention to how everything is feeling. Okay. Notice when you went into mountain pose, did everything start to naturally line up? Are your feet nice and grounded? Inhale and exhale. Whew. All right. And let's shake things up. We're going to be doing dead bug for our core, so we'll start to work our way down. Okay. Also, if you have a strap, maybe have it nearby. If you don't worry. All right, so let's have the feet hip width distance apart. Find mountain pose. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, let's swan dive. Now just go as far as is available to you right now with your legs straight. It doesn't matter how far that is. Bend the knees and hips, shine your heart forward, half lift, sink down. Hands to the mat and find your way to downward facing dog. All right, so in dog, we really want to allow the spine to relax. So let's start out by bending the knees, press the tailbone up and back toward the point where the wall and the ceiling would meet, and then start to straighten your legs as much as or as little as feels right to you and your back right now. And then when you get there, go ahead and bend one knee and then the other. So you don't always have to have your legs super straight in down dog. Always check in with how your spine is doing. Take one heel down and hold. Take the other heel down and hold. And take both heels down and hold. Good, now bring the knees to the mat, sit off to the side, and find seated mountain pose. Okay. So from here, we're going to make sure that we're nice and tall and lifted, and we're going to just review and come into Dhyana Mudra. So turn your left palm face up, rest your right palm on top, touch your thumbs. Okay, your arms they don't have to be lifted, they're comfortable, so wherever is comfortable for them. And then just either defocus or close your eyes, whichever one you're more comfortable with. And allow yourself to think about your intention for your practice. Why did you come here? And maybe you have an intention for a longer period of time today, beyond your practice. And in this hand position, if your mind starts to wander, you can press your thumbs toward each other and remind your mind that you want to focus. Good. And then release and let's shake things out. So that's something you can use, off your mat as well as on your mat, right? Except when you're driving. Don't do that when you're driving, please. Okay? Or trying to row a boat. Let's go ahead and take the spine down to the mat and start on our Dead Bug series. Okay? So we'll go ahead and we have both feet on the mat. We're going to take and the hands are by the side for now. We're going to take the right leg forward and the left arm back and come back. Left leg forward, right arm back and come back. Right leg, left arm. Left leg, right arm. Okay, so that's a starting position for that, the starting. You can stay there, or you can take your right ankle up, and we're going to take right leg forward, left arm back, and in, knee comes back to tabletop, right leg forward, left arm back, and in, and release, left knee up, left leg forward, right arm back, and in, left leg, right arm, and in, and bring the feet down. Okay, let's take both arms up now. See if that might change things up a little bit. Okay, and we're going to take the right knee up, and from here, we're going right leg, left arm again. Right leg, left arm. Do you feel a difference? Let's do that 3 more times. Are you going back to one of the other versions we did? That's okay if that's the best version for you right now. This was 4, and bring it down. Now we still have the arms up. We've got the left knee up, and we're going 4 times. 4. Bring the legs down, rest the arms for a moment, and now we're going to bring both knees up. Okay, so if this is you today, you'll work with 2 knees up. If not, you'll go back to one of the others that work better for you. 2 knees, 2 arms, right leg, left arm, and up, left leg, right arm, and up. We're alternating, but if you're doing the version we just did before this, just go 4 times on one side and 4 times on the other. Okay, so that was 2 right, 2 left. Here's the 3rd right, 3rd left, and here's the 4th right, and 4th left. All right, hug your knees in and rock side to side. Is this all making sense? Everybody's got a place to be? So yeah, you could be working with 2 feet down, 1 foot down, 2 knees up, okay? All right, so now we're going to experiment with straight legs and see if this works for you. So did you notice when I just lifted my legs that my hips went up too because I'm throwing my feet back? That's not what we want to do. We want to have the ankles over the hips, the arms straight up from the shoulders, and right leg, left arm, and up, left leg, right arm, and up. If this straight leg version is not working for you, go back to one of the bent knee versions. We're just going to keep alternating. So straight legs put a lot of effort on the back, and it might not be the right thing right this moment for you. Only you get to decide that. Okay, this is the 4th time on the right, and the 4th time on the left. Bring your knees in and release your spine. Rock a little side to side. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to do a 2-leg, 2-arm version, starting with the knees bent. Okay, well, let's start with the feet on the mat. 2 legs, 2 arms. Here we go. Extend and in. Extend and in. Now try it with the knees. See if that works for you. Extend and in. Extend and in. Now if you want to try legs straight, extend and up. Extend and up, and take a breath. Nice. All right. Inhale and exhale. Let's get the obliques while we're down here. Arms up, palms touch. So we're just having the palms touch here, and we roll the shoulders and head up and take both hands over to the right. Center and down. Roll up both hands to the left. Center and down. Now you might add a leg. Roll up, hands to the right, extend your left leg. Center and down. Roll up, hands to the left, extend your right leg. Center and down. Now you might try it with the knees. Let's not extend the legs the first time. Roll up, hands to the right. Center and down. Roll up, hands to the left. Center and down. We're going to roll up, hands to the right, extend the left leg as an option, and down, roll up, hands left, right leg, option, extends, and in. If you want to try with straight legs, roll up, hands to the right, and down, hands to the left, and down. Roll up, hands to the right, maybe the left leg comes down, and up. Roll up, hands to the left, maybe the right leg comes down, and up. All right, bring your feet down for a moment. Inhale and exhale, and pick your favorite one that we just did, okay? You might be working with 2 feet down, you might be working with knees, you might be working straight legs, or you might just go back to the not even double legs, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and arms up. Pick your position. We're just going to go 2 times to each side, okay? So it's feet down, knees or legs straight. Roll up, hands to the right. Maybe add the leg. And come back and down, hands to the left. And down, and just one more time each side. And left. And hug it in, rock out. Okay. Whew. Raise one leg if you felt something. Your core is nice and awake now. Wiggle your foot if you actually love that so much. Yes. All right, good. All right, let's shake it out. I think that was one of my favorite series ever, personally. All right, so we're going to release the hips a bit now. So let's go ahead and extend the arms and legs long. Inhale. And then as you exhale, draw your right knee in. So this left leg might want to bend some, it might want to stay straight. Either way is fine. Hold on to your shin or your hamstring, that's your right shin. Take your left arm out to the side and let your left leg open out. This is your right leg, sorry. Let your right leg open out to the right and back to center. Good, and then come back to center, bring your left hand outside of your right leg, take your right arm long, and start to let your right knee gravitate to the left, pausing when you're just past your belly button. Feel that nice stretch. And then keep going. Add a little more twist to it. But your right shoulder's still on the mat. And then come back through center, let your right ankle cross over your left thigh and bring your legs in. And you can hold on if you want, or you can keep your hands down by your side and let your legs move around. So releasing the hip. So holding on is great. Hands by the side might give you a little more freedom of movement. Just see what works great for you. And then we're going to unwind, extend both arms and both legs. Inhale, now draw the left leg in, holding shin or hamstring. Right knee can bend or right leg can stay straight. Right arm out to the side. And the left leg opens and comes back to center. Open to the left, back to center. And then come back to center. Put your right hand outside your left leg, left arm out to the side. And let that left knee come just past the belly button. And then let the left knee come more to the right, but make sure your left shoulder is still on the mat. And then as you come through center, slide your left ankle across your right thigh. Bring the legs in. Hold on if you want as you move around, or have your hands down. The legs go forward and back, rotating in a circle, one direction and the other. And then release, extend, arms and legs, inhale, and draw both knees in. Okay, and from here, once again, just rock around. Let the legs move forward and back, side to side. Make sure the spine is nice and happy. Inhale and exhale as we come into tabletop. Okay, extra padding for the knees if that's you today, and your surface. Okay, all right, so here we are in hands and knees, and we're going to do a little balance here. So let's go ahead and square everything off. You could be standing at the wall instead of on your hands and knees. You might have your hands a little forward of your shoulders, but if you need to take them too far for the wrists, then stand up instead, put your hands on the wall, or grab a chair, put your hands on the chair. Take your right leg up and make sure your hips are square. Flex your right foot, point the toes to the mat, and then float your left arm by your ear. So we all have done this before, right? Opposite arm, opposite leg balance, also sometimes known as bird dog. And then go ahead and bring that hand and knee down. Left leg up, squaring the hips, right arm up by the ear. And come back. Now we're going to add just a little challenge to it. So take your right leg, left arm up into the bird dog. Really center yourself, and then raise your left foot. Woo! Release, hand and knee down, and try that on the other side. Left leg, right arm. See if that works for you. And then raise your right foot. Okay, so we've got left leg, right arm, and then we're raising the right foot. Whoa, and release. Okay, that was a little bit of a challenge, no? Let's go ahead and just move, well, take your hands several steps farther forward. Move around in a circle, just release things here. Let the hips go side to side and in a circle, and then find your way to child's pose. Get a nice comfortable child's pose going. Make sure your head is resting on either your mat or your hands, your fists, the block. The head is at rest here. Okay, we're going to float back up into downward facing dog. And then just take a journey, bringing the feet to the hands. Yes, good. And when you get there, half lift, shine your heart forward. Exhale, fold. And float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Okay, so we're going to move into leg strengthening and balancing in our chair, okay? So let's go ahead and find the feet hip width distance apart. Okay. And we're going to start out by grounding the feet, sending the hips back and bringing the arms up to shoulder height, and stand up. So we're coming chair with the arms shoulder height, and press through the feet, come up. Warming up the chair. All right, now the next time we go down into chair, we're going to stay here. Make sure the feet are square on the mat, all four corners. Find a spot that isn't moving and carefully take your right toes forward. If that feels okay to you, lift your right toes. Bring the right foot down, stand tall. We go back into chair with the arms just at shoulder height. Extend the left toes forward. And see if it feels okay to you to lift your left foot, bring it down, and stand tall, shake it out. All right, so options are come into chair, extend, and stay there. Come into chair, extend, and lift. Another option is coming up here. So let's come into chair, extend the right foot, toes on the mat, possibly up, and then straighten and bend your left leg. I told you this is going to be leg strengthening along with balance. Woo, bring it down, 2 feet to the mat, stand tall. Ready on the left? Okay, remember, choose the option that's best for you, challenges you without frustrating and aggravating you. Left foot forward, maybe lift, right leg up and down, and certainly doesn't do anything to hurt. We're never moving into there. And left foot down, stand tall, and shake it out. All right, so are your arms tired? That was a lot for the arms. Let's just do it with hands to hips this time. Your version. Chair, right foot, maybe lift, maybe down and up. Whoa. And bring the right foot down and come up. Did anybody else feel less stable with the hands on the hips than with the arms forward? Yeah, all right. So just ahead to the challenge. Here we go. Chair, left foot forward, maybe lift, maybe up and down on the right leg. And then bring it down, stand tall, and shake things out. All right, so a little chair action there this morning. Let's work on warrior one. And if you're paying attention, when we do chair and we do warrior one, we might even be going into sun B at the end of this, okay? So let's find warrior one. We're going to come to mountain pose at the top of your mat. Slide your right leg back, and the right heel comes down at an angle. The left knee bends over the left ankle. Turn and face your left leg, and reach your arms long. So we're reaching long, extending the spine. The arms come by the ears here, perhaps. You know, your arms might need to do something a little different, but this is the traditional. And then we're going to really pay attention as we lift up to the spine, keeping nice length and not sinking into the spine. And here's where your warrior one ends this morning, or right now. And then step forward. Okay, ready to try that on the left. Let's see it. Left leg back. The left foot is down at an angle. Right knee bends. Yes, good. Put that length in your spine. Come up only to a point where you can keep the spine long. We're not sinking back. Yes. And release. 2 feet to the top of the mat. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to go into just our regular sun salutation right now. So let's come on to the top of the mat here. Find mountain pose. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, let's swan dive over straight legs. See how that goes? Take a half lift, bend at the knees and hips, shine your heart forward, sink down, hands to the mat, step back with the right leg, stay in this lunge for a moment, move around, and then come into your knee up or knee down plank, whichever is best for you right now. Chaturanga down, and just lift into a gentle cobra here. All right. Bring it down. So now bring your hands for the fingertips to touch in front of you with your elbows wide. Do you see what I'm doing here? And my forearms are on the mat. And now let's take the shoulders toward the ears, down the spine. Press into the forearms and lift into a cobra. We're doing this without throwing the head back. The head is kind of looking forward. Good, good. Okay, release. Hands back under the shoulders. Find your way to downward facing dog. Nice down dog here. Inhale and exhale. All right. And then take your right leg up and make your journey feet to the hands. Great. Let's half lift. Forward fold. And then float the arms out and up, palms touch. We're going to simply bring the hands through heart center and keep going. Forward fold. Half lift. We're getting ready to do the left side. Sink the knees and hips. Step back with the left leg into lunge. Yes. Knee up or knee down plank. You could be working on the wall too. Chaturanga down. Cobra from here. And release. And now forearms to the mat, fingertips touching. Cobra from here. And release. Back and up to downward face. Good. Back and up to downward facing dog. Left leg up, stepping forward, and take your journey, feet to the hands. When you get there, half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch, and hands come heart center. All right, Ready for that sun B? We're going to do the sun B right now. So sun B starts in chair, and it's a continuous movement. So even if you've never done it before, just follow along. Okay, so here we go. Feet are hip width distance apart. Let's come into the chair. We'll just keep the arms to shoulders because that's how we reviewed. Inhale and exhale. We start in chair. Now lift tall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Hands to the thighs, hips back, half lift. Sink it down, step back. Lunge on the right. Take it to plank. Chaturanga. Cobra here. Just the basic hands under the shoulders. Take it back and up. Down dog. And we're going to take 2 breaths here. And then raise the right leg. Here's where things get very different. Step forward with your right foot. Bring the left heel down. And lift up into your warrior one. Yeah. Great. Now bring the hands down and step back to plank. I told you it was going to be different. All right. Let's chaturanga and do the cobra with your hands, your forearms on the mat and your fingertips touching. Lift up and release. Find your way to downward facing dog. And now the left leg lifts, left foot steps forward, right heel comes down. Find your warrior one with your left leg forward. Here we go, hands down. Guess what? We're going back to plank. You can do knees up or down, switch them up. And we chaturanga. 1 cobra with the hands under the shoulders. And release. 1 cobra with the hands at center. And release. Hands under the shoulders. Down dog. Now this is considered the resting dog in the sun B. So we're just going to stay here and think about being restful. Think about the spine extending. Bend the knees and shoot the hips back if that helps your spine extend now. Take several nice breaths here. And then just journey your feet to your hands. With the knees and hips bent, take a half lift, forward fold, straight legs, and return to chair. We started in chair, we're coming back to chair. And then lift tall, exhale, mountain pose. Okay, so let's take a moment in mountain pose and just give yourself a lot of credit. That was a lot. Take a few breaths. And shake things out. All right, everybody good? All right, sun B, thumbs up. 1 thumb, 2 thumbs. Yeah, all right, here we go. All right, so let's take the legs wide. And we're wider than hip width with the toes turned out. And we're just going to let the knees open and close. Bend and straighten. All right, and we'll cool things down with a nice little brush hands. Arms up, brush hands down the wall, and up. Keep this just nice and soft for you. All right, and then the next time your arms are up, stay there, bring your hands down, turn toward the right, and we're going to do brush hands to the right. Naturally, just let the body move naturally. Arms up, inhale, exhale, down. So maybe as you come up, the right knee is bending, and maybe as you exhale, the right leg straightens and your arms come down in your brush hands. Maybe your brush hands doesn't involve a forward fold right now. Either way. And then come on up, toes out, brush hands through center 4 times. And then bring your arms down, turn toward the left, and same thing, left knee bends and straightens. You can add a forward fold. You can do it without a fold. And then the next time your arms come up, come back to center, toes out, and just 4 more brush hands to center. All right, bring your arms down and take your legs back in close together. Find mountain pose. And just take a moment here to inhale and exhale. Feel how everything's starting to feel now. All right, let's shake things out while we're up here. Move around, see what's happening in your body. Find anything that you want as we move down. If it's a sweater, a blanket, an eye pillow, little whatever. And when you're ready, come to the top of your mat, mountain pose here. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. So keep the legs straight and just let the hands go high, low, or anywhere in between, wherever they belong right now. And then come into a half lift, shine the heart forward, sink the hips down, hands down, and step back to down dog. If you've had enough down dogs for one day, come into table. Okay. And then go ahead and let your hips move side to side. If you're in down dog, your knees will move as well. Go ahead and bring your hands down. Sit off to the side and take your legs forward. All right, so now we're in seated mountain pose, and let's come back into Dhyana Mudra. Just come into what you believe Dhyana Mudra to be. All right, so the palms are stacked one on top of the other, and the thumbs are touching. And breathe. Review your practice, review how you felt, review your intention, and again, if your mind starts to wander, just press your thumbs together. All right, let's release and shake things out. So we're going to do a nice little inner thigh opener and forward fold called the Janu Sirsasana. So we have the legs straight. We're going to take the left, bend the left knee, and take that left foot either to the right thigh or the right calf, whichever feels better for you and your knee. The right leg is nice and straight. The toes and the knee are pointed straight up. Turn toward your left leg and inhale, float the arms up. I'm going to turn sideways because it's really important. We fold with a straight spine. So we're reaching forward, reaching with a straight spine, folding from the hip creases. Good. And now cross at your wrists and bring your hands to your right leg. So your hands might be up here, your hands might be down by your ankle, your hands might be on your foot, but just by crossing at the wrists, you're helping your body stay over the right leg. And just take your gaze to your right toes and breathe. And then uncross, release, arms up, hands come down. We're going to take the left knee up, put a hands width distance in between the left foot and the right leg. So whether your foot is up by your thigh or down by your calf. Okay. Now take your right hand outside the left leg, bring that left arm up and back, put a lot of length in your spine. Once again, we're sitting upright, and then twist to the left. So your gaze is going to your left shoulder. Now on your next exhale, turn your gaze to the right shoulder. And as you exhale again, turn your gaze to your left shoulder. Release, unwind, take both legs straight and give them a nice little shake. Okay, any questions about John Yu before we move on? All right, so this time we're going to take the right foot to the left thigh or calf. The left leg is now straight, toes and ankles, toes and knee are pointed up. Inhale, super long spine. Exhale, folding from the hip creases, keeping the spine long. Cross the wrists and bring the hands to your left leg. You're gazing past your left toes. Take another breath. Unwind the wrists with long arms. Sit up. Bring your hands down. The right knee comes up. There's a hands width distance in between the right foot and the left leg. The left toes and knee are still facing up. Left hand outside the right leg, outside the right shin, right arm back. Inhale. Twist to the right. The twist is coming from the torso, not the left arm, so we're not tugging ourselves. Turn your gaze toward your right shoulder. And on your next exhale, turn your gaze toward the left shoulder. And as you exhale again, turn your gaze back to the right. And come center, release, and give your legs a crazy shake. All right, so that was sort of a half, one side each opening for the inner thighs. Let's see how Baddha Konasana feels now after that. So go ahead and take the soles of your feet together, okay? And we don't want the knees doing this. So take the soles of your feet as far away from your pelvis as is appropriate for you right now, for your knees to be closer to the mat, not face up, okay? And if that doesn't work for you, put 6 inches in between your feet, okay? So you're going to find the place where your heels are away from your pelvis to what is suitable for you. Now hold on to the ankles, not the toes, and with a very long spine, just start to tilt forward. Don't go fast. Notice your inner thighs here. They're going to tell you when you've gone far enough. And when you get to that point, just breathe and sit up. All right, we're going to do that one more time. Nice long spine, holding the ankles, slowly moving into this. And this time, maybe the hands release from the ankles as you gaze past your toes. The spine is still long. And maybe the fingers wiggle a little forward. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. And then walk your hands back. Put one hand under each leg and help your knees up. Okay? And now we're going to have the feet hip-width distance apart. Roll down to the mat. So position yourself on your mat where you need to be. So at the center of your mat. And when you get here, just notice how your spine feels relaxed on the earth. And gently let those knees open and close. We're going to do a spinal clearing move now, so go ahead and bring your right knee in. Hold on to your right leg, whether it's the outside or you're clasping your hands. Okay? And then take the right leg straight up, and we're pressing away from the body into the hands. We're pressing the leg into the hands. Spinal clearing here. And then just soften. And then press again. And soften, release the leg, foot down, left leg up. Hold on to the left leg somewhere. Press into the hands, clearing the spine on the other side. And release. Press into the hands with the left leg. And release. All right, go ahead and bring your left foot down. Let those knees open and close, little butterfly wings again. Extend the arms and legs, inhale. Now draw both knees in. Hold on to your shins or your hamstrings and give your spine a nice little rocking massage here. And then come back to center and point and flex your feet. Circle the ankles one direction and the other. And release the hands and feet to the mat. Inhale and exhale. Take your legs side by side so the legs are touching. Arms are out long from the shoulders. And gently sway the knees side to side. And then add the head in the opposite direction. So it's a gentle sway. And listen to what your body is telling you. And then come back to center. Separate your feet about hip-width distance apart. Extend through the fingers and wiggle into a gentle fist. Extend and wiggle. And from your gentle fist, rotate one direction and the other. Good, and release. Leave your arms wide for a moment and we'll gently turn the head a little more side to side. And then come back to center. Bring your arms down by your side. And just go ahead and scan your body. See if any movement is left that needs to happen before you settle down for your final relaxation. What's the body communicating to you? Start getting yourself aligned for final relaxation. How do you want to be? Knees bent, legs straight. Sometimes feet as wide as the mat with the knees touching feels good. So just find yourself in a position where you can just Rely on the earth to support you. Let go of all effort and move into your final relaxation. Inhale through the nose and slowly exhale, melting onto the earth. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. And on your inhale, extend your arms and legs long. Exhaling, draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. And then find your way over to a side. Coming back up to a nice easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.